قلبي وأفراحه.
مساء الخير, Assalamu alaikum, and Ramadan Mubarak since we are in Ramadan. My name is Khalid Al-Mutawa and I'm the director of AMAS, the Arab and Muslim American Studies here at UFM. We've made this short video, my colleagues in AMAS and I, along with our guest speaker Andira Sahuri, who is a recent graduate of AMAS, to celebrate your graduation and this very important milestone in your life. I want to say first that we have really enjoyed working with you and seeing you grow and develop, and interacting with you has been the most affirming and nourishing part of our work here at AMAS, especially during COVID, and the great work you've done during it. And secondly, I want to say, please continue to do this great work, this great community making and engagement with the Arab and Muslim American community, because it is very important for all of us. Continue to be, as the poet Mahmoud Darwish says, Sham'atun fi dhalam. Continue to be candles in the dark as you've been here with us. So congratulations, Alf Mabruk, and enjoy the video.
Hello, class of 2021. Mabruk, you did it, and I could not be more proud of you. My name is Andrea Sahuri. I'm a journalist and a 2018 American Culture and Arab and Muslim American Studies alum. I am very honored to be here today, even if it's virtual, because the AMAS community was my family at Michigan. It was my home. And in April 2018, at my own AMAS graduation, I remember feeling so proud of everything this community has accomplished. We were a force on campus. We passed divestment after years-long activism and struggle for the university to acknowledge Palestinian rights, Palestinian voices. We demanded representation on campus, ensuring that our bodies were included at the quote-unquote diversity, equity, and inclusion table, and that our stories of oppression, imperialism, and colonialism were not just heard, but heard loudly. We built bridges and strengthened our solidarity with Black and Brown communities on campus and created powerful coalitions, fully understanding that our freedom means nothing without the freedom of all of those who are oppressed. We created a growing educational and cultural presence on campus, a space where we could be ourselves and allow students to learn the beauty of our diverse cultures and histories, with events filled with teach-ins, food, dance, and fashion. The list goes on, and you already know this because I've watched you continue that work, just as we had been continuing the work of others before us. Do you see how much power you all hold? How much power you all have together? I had no idea what life was about to throw my way in April 2018, but I knew with absolute certainty that the AMAS community at the University of Michigan would continue to hold it down for generations to come. More, I knew that this community's influence would also reach beyond this institution. It was precisely within the AMAS community, surrounded by strong, powerhouse women of color that were not afraid to use their voices, that I found my own voice. I was a shy kid growing up in a whitewashed rural village outside of Flint, Michigan. I didn't embrace my Palestinian identity like I had at Michigan. These powerful women, many of whom I'm thankful to call my closest friends to this day, taught me the importance of using our voices towards change and the power one yields simply through storytelling and amplifying the voices of those who are silenced. And I hold these lessons with me close, both in life and in my journalism career. After graduating from the University of Michigan, I obtained my master's at the Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism in May of 2019. My first job as a journalist was at the Des Moines Register in Des Moines, Iowa, where I am currently employed today. I was hired in August 2019 as a breaking news reporter, but quickly developed my beat to be much more than just reporting on crime. I published investigations into police accountability. I listened to the stories of immigrants, refugees, and the city's historically Black communities. I amplified their voices, just as I had learned at the University of Michigan in the AMAS community. Fast forward a couple months, almost a year, and George Floyd was murdered in nearby Minneapolis. Des Moines was one of many cities globally that protested his death, another killing of a Black person at the hands of police. Des Moines echoed the Minneapolis chants, "Say his name, I can't breathe, no justice, no peace." Protests rocked the state all summer long, which I covered. I had the honor of documenting history in Des Moines. No, we weren't Minneapolis, but the Black community here felt the collective trauma. Their own experiences of racism and police brutality in an overlooked Midwestern state is routinely silenced and ignored. It was, and still is, my goal to change that. And on May 31st, the state of Iowa attempted to silence me as well. Police had used tear gas, rubber bullets, pepper spray, and mass arrest tactics at a protest in a busy commercial area in the city. I had been running from tear gas when an officer charged at me. I put up my hands, told the officer I was a journalist, but he pepper sprayed me in the face and said, "That's not what I asked. Don't come back." I was taken to jail and charged with failure to disperse and interference with official acts. The state of Iowa didn't stop there. In fact, they took me all the way to trial. I was only acquitted on charges in March, just last month. And throughout my arrest and trial, the number one question people asked me, how do you continue to work? How do you continue to report on police and protests after what happened to you? The answer was easy. I knew the state wouldn't try so hard to prosecute me if the job I was doing was an important one that put more power into the people's hands. And that was a job I needed to fight for, no questions. And it wasn't just my freedom, my rights that were on the line. I learned from my AMAS community to stand up for what's right, that when one's freedoms are taken from them, it threatens our collective freedom. I knew I had to fight not just for myself, but for others, for everyone. Now I'm a social justice reporter for the Des Moines Register, precisely because I didn't let anyone take the power of my voice away from me. As you all continue to live your lives and do great things like I know you will, keep each other close. Because we're a family, and through family we find love and strength and joy and everything that we need to keep each other going. And if there's anything I want you all to take away from this, is don't forget the power of your own voice, the power of our collective voices, of solidarity, the power of amplifying the voice of others. And if anyone tries to silence you, we got your back. That's what family is for. Congrats again, Mabruk, and go blue.
This is Associate Professor Leila Kalwar. Congratulations, class of 2021. The skills and knowledge and the resilience that you gained over this challenging year will take you a long way. Please keep in touch. Mabruk. Felicitación.
Elf Mabruk to everybody. This is Dr. Stifler. I've had a lot of you as students, and even the ones that were not in my classes, I've probably heard about you through the great work that you do on campus, organizing and fundraising and producing all kinds of wonderful cultural events. So in my unbiased opinion, AMAS students are the best on campus. So I know that you will all do wonderful things in the future, and I look forward to following up on all of your successes.
Congratulations, AMAS graduates. I'm Charlotte Karam Albrecht, and Kulthum and I want to wish you a very happy graduation. You've reached a major milestone, you've done amazing things, and you've gotten through an incredibly difficult experience at the end of your undergraduate education. I've had some of you in my classes. I wish I've gotten to have all of you and gotten to know you, but I know that you're incredible people and that you're going to go on to do wonderful things in your communities and in the world. Thank you for making our university a better place and for being a part of our program. Please keep in touch.
and David.